Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you again for joining me. My name is MWAKA MUGALA. If you are new here, I talk about all things beauty, health, and lifestyle, fashion, entertainment, just bringing you content. And if you have subscribed already, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I hope you had a wonderful day. In today's video, I will be sharing my top 5 favorite scents.
This is me, whether you like it or not. Quick to talk, but you do not do a lot. If I change, then it will be for the better. No apology, so don't expect a
All right, let's get right into it. Today, I will be sharing with you my top 5 favorite scents. Before I get into it, guys, let's just take a moment to admire the outfit. I have been styled and dressed for the last couple of videos actually by Clovis Closet. So they are found on Instagram. If you want some cute pieces, that is the page to go. Anyway, a lot of you do know I love perfume. I love to smell good. I just like things that smell nice on the body, in the house, all sorts of air fresheners and diffusers and so on and so forth. So I thought, hey, why not share my top 5 favorite scents? I have so many. Like, if you see my table where there's perfume, you just be like, are you mad? Why do you need all these scents? But the good thing is most of them smell similar, and some of them I like to wear during the day, some of them I like to wear during the night, some of them I like to wear only when it's cold, and some when it's warm, because all those scents actually do make a difference depending on when you wear them, so yeah, that's why I have all of those. So before I get into it, there will be some terms I'll be using, and I just want to explain them before you guys get confused. You'll be like, what's a top note? What's a middle note? What's LD perfume? So anyway, basically perfume has like different classification of scents, right? The first one is LD cologne. Like when you get perfume and it's written on the label, it's like LD toilette, LD perfume, blah, 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 blah. So cologne is the weakest, basically. It's got like 4 to 6% concentration of oils and alcohol in it. So that means it's very light. And these are the kind that you wear just on a nice warm summery day. And well, personally, I would wear it when I know I'm not leaving the house and I still want to smell pretty. So I won't go to the strong perfumes or just nice little spritz, I think these are also what you get in like a body mist. It's very light and fragrant and it just goes on the body. And then you have LD toilette or toilette, but it's pronounced toilette. So that one contains about 7 to 10% concentration. So it's slightly stronger, but not as strong. And the scent doesn't linger on for so many hours. So you'd get like maybe 4 hours. And so if you're not going to be at an event for like a long time, or if you want to keep spritzing on the perfume, yeah, you can get that. Some of them do have like nice cute scents, but I tend to avoid them because I do love my perfumes strong, which is why I will go to the next classification, the LD perfume. These ones do contain about like 10 to 20%. Those are the ones that are really strong, and that's why you find that even as you're buying your perfumes, they tend to be on the more expensive side because they do last very long. Like, there's some scents that I've had some for a year plus, mostly because I don't use them as much, but even when I do use them, a little goes a long way, because you don't want to end up choking people with your scent. Like, you just, yeah, so just a little goes a long way, which is why even in the video of the hacks, I did share briefly the best way to make your perfume last longer. So yeah, I'll just briefly explain. Basically, if you want your perfume, your scent to last longer, don't apply it on your clothes, first of all, okay? We all like to make that mistake, but the problem is because of the oils that they have, they will stain your clothes. And some fabrics are a bit sensitive. So if like you're wearing silk, for example, and then you put your perfume directly on the fabric, child, you're gonna have to wash that right off because it will stain. So it's better to put it on your body before you get into your clothes. Best time is after you apply your moisturizer so that it mixes with the oil and then it lasts longer. Because if you apply before your moisturizer, then the oil in your moisturizer will just basically erase what you've done. So after you have your bath, moisturize, perfume on, the inner wrists, inner elbows, behind your ears, your neck, because those are basically, it's because those points are very, very warm, so they tend to mix well with the scent, and then it absorbs and then emits, and the temples as well. And if you want to be a little bit more extra like me, behind the knees as well, and on the outer side of your ankle. So that will make the scent last longer. And then you just do a little spritz in the air, like, and then just walk right through so that it settles on your body before you put on your clothes. Again, you don't want to stain your clothes, but if you'd like to risk it, you can pour some on your clothes. But it's better to pour it on your body. Why? Because different scents work for different people. So when you spray it on your body, it basically merges with your natural body odor. And that's why you find that sometimes you can use the same perfume, but it won't smell the same on two different people. So it'll work for someone else, or it won't work for another person because of their natural body odor. So really, it's all about understanding what works for you and sticking to it. But as for me and my house, child, I'll use all the perfume in the world, except of course those that I'm allergic to. I have mentioned that I am allergic to certain scents. So some perfumes I can't use because I swell up, I feel nauseous, I get migraines, my eyes become watery, so I tend to avoid those scents. But for the ones that work for me, I stick to them. And I like to use them a lot. Now, even when it comes to scents, another thing you need to know is the notes. Okay, so there are basically 3 notes. There's the top note, the middle note, and the base note. The top note basically is the one that evaporates quicker. So when you first apply your perfume, it'll be the quickest to evaporate, but it's also the one that you smell first. So like when you walk into a room and someone sees you and they're just like, ooh, you smell pretty. That is the top note. That is the one that hits them first. And usually top notes that you get are citrusy, kind of light fruits. That's what you get in most top notes. So if you notice, like if you're one person who likes to go deep into perfume, most top notes you observe are citrusy scents, fruity scents, so things like orange, lemon, yada yada yada. The middle note is the one that will really just it's the one that lures you in, and it's well-rounded. That's why it's also known as the heart note. So it's basically the heart of the perfume, of the fragrance. And usually some of the notes that are in this are things like cinnamon, lemongrass, such things. And so each of the notes have to work well together in order for the perfume, for the final product to work best. And then now you have your base note. That's the one that leaves the lasting impression. So like even long after you walked out of the room, that scent that lingers, that's from the base note. And it evaporates, takes long to evaporate the longest, I guess. That's why it stays behind even long after you've left. And in these you get things like sandalwood, cedarwood, musk. A lot of perfumes do have a lot of musk, but I tend to avoid musky scents because I don't know, it just doesn't mix well with me. Although there are some that have worked for me. So anyway, I'm babbling on. I could go on and on and on talking about perfumes. Now, before I end up doing that and the video is like 10 hours, let's get right into my top 5 scents. So this is in no particular order. I'm just giving you my favorite scents. Of course, I could give you 10, 20, but my top 5 are these. The first one is Dior by Jadore. Guys, that one is one of my absolute favorites. Is the Eau de perfume, of course. Yeah, there's Eau de Toilette and everything. So the perfume, I love it because it's got this nice yummy scent. It's got like hints of lang lang. I hope I pronounce. I've never known how to pronounce that word, but it's spelled YLANG. I assume the Y is silent, so lang lang or yang yang. Maybe the L is silent, and it's got a very like floral, fruity note. And it is, yeah, very sensual, very like, ooh, it's the kind that makes you smell expensive. Like when you walk in the room, you just smell golden and just delicious. And this is the kind of scent I like to wear. Like if I go to an event and I'm wearing a nice evening gown and I'm looking all elegant and stuff, that's the kind that I like to wear. Yeah, so that one is one of my favorites. And then the next one is Versace Crystal Noir. This one is kind of new for me. I think I've only been using it less than a year. But when I first got it, I actually initially wanted to get Gucci, Bamboo by Gucci, but they said they didn't have it. So they were like, oh no, try this one. It smells similar. And I'm like, I don't want to try anything new. But then I tried it and oh my gosh, I was so in love. It's a little bit, I feel like it's the kind you wear at night, although, I like to break rules. Versace has like a bright crystal. That one is on the lighter side. So, it's like a daytime scent, summery, but this one is a little bit heavy. So it's the kind you'd wear maybe at night, or if you have like a corporate meeting and you want to walk in and show that you're the boss, that's the kind that you could wear as well. This one has like hints of ginger, pepper, cardamom, believe it or not. Yeah, this like the spice. Yeah, I love this, especially it just makes that statement. It's very bold, very and even just the color of the bottle, it's like a nice brown, so it just gives you that impression. It was released in 2004 and the top notes are things like ginger and pepper, cardamom, the spice, believe it or not. And then middle notes, it's got like a nice orangey scent, gardenia. And then for the base, for the, that lasting impression, it's got a sandalwood, amber, and musk. And this is what I was saying, like I don't usually like musk, but with this one it blends really, really well. So the musk is not very like aggressive, but if I get something that's like predominantly musky, I will stay away from that scent. The next one, this is also an absolute favorite because I love the woman, the icon who created this, and it was released by Jennifer Lopez. She released it in 2006, and this is none other than Jlo Glow After Dark. My gosh, I've been using this scent I think since like uni days, like second year uni. And I actually discovered it by accident because when I saw it, I was like, oh, a scent by Jlo. I'm a huge Jlo fan, or Jennifer Lopez, if you don't know that name. So I got it just because I was a fangirl. And then when I tried it, oh, guys, it just like kisses your nose. Just like, oof, oof, you just want to sniff it. Beautiful. It's very like fruity, very floral. Yeah. And it's also got a bit of musk as well in like the base note. And it's got like jasmine and orange blossom, very beautiful white cherry. Guys, this is, in fact, I would say like this is like my absolute favorite, aside from the first one I mentioned. But this one, if you want to give me a birthday present, if you want to surprise me one day, Jlo Glow After Dark, that's the one. Yes. And she's not paying me to do this, but girl. Anyway, so the next scent, this one is by Avon. It's called Rare Pearls. Now, it's quite affordable, let's just say. It's not one of those that you get for 1,000 kwacha plus. But the reason I like this one is because when I was in like the 7th grade, 7th grade, let's just say, my aunt came to visit for the first time in years. She left for the States in like 1998 and hadn't seen her for years, right? So she came through to visit after a long time. We were so excited. We had parties for her and she was visiting everyone. And she was like, oh, I got you a little gift. So she got me this like tiny perfume bottle and a few clothing items, but the perfume is the one I treasured the most because it smelled so good. It was very refreshing and nice and summery and fruity. It's also got like fruity floral scents, but I never got the name. And it's one of those that you could just spray a bit and it would last. Like, it was very, very strong. So I'm guessing that's why it was that small. But what had happened was, months later, another aunt comes to visit who I've never met, right? I just go home from school. I find this woman and she's like, oh, I'm your aunt, I'm Uncle so-and-so's young sister. I don't want to mention no names, okay? We're going to protect her. And so when she left, left after a week. When she left, guys, I kid you not, that bottle went missing. I used to store it in like this little bag next to my door. And it went missing, and I don't know how. And a few other things went missing. I'm not saying she took it, but I'm just saying it went missing. And since then, I've tried to find that scent. That's how I actually ended up liking Jadore, because it smelled similar, but it wasn't exactly the same. Then when I discovered Avon Rare Pearls, I was like, this is it. This is the one. So I'm very attached to it. I'm actually wearing it right now. I'm very attached to it just because of that memory. Like, it reminds me of my aunt, and we have a very close relationship, so that's why I'm in love with it. It's got like top notes of like white honey, pepper, Brazilian rosewood, and then it's also got middle notes of magnolia, base notes sandalwood. I'm not gonna get into all that, but anyway, it was also released in like 2004. Yeah, so Avon Pearls, that one, oh my gosh, love it. Final one. This one is by Givenchy, and anyway, it's a French word, so it's called you know, I actually googled how to pronounce it before this video. It's gone, I promise you. Anyway, yeah, so this actually in English means forbidden one, and I'm just like, because it's one of those scents that like, it just gives you this vibe of like you're in the Garden of Eden and you're not supposed to touch the forbidden fruit. So it's that thing that's there, but you can't have. Very nice, very strong, very bold scent. And it's got like top notes of like black pepper, yes. And yeah, middle note is like orange. It's like a nice orangey scent. So it's very bold, very strong. I will just link it here. That's the spelling, that one right there. That's the perfume, yes. And I love it. It was actually a gift, a Valentine's gift, believe it or not. So when I first saw it, I'm like, okay, let's give it a shot. The moment I smelled it, I was just like, yes, beautiful, beautiful. I love it. And that's why I say, like, a lot of these scents, as different as they are, they're similar to each other. So like the Rare Pearls, Jadore, Jlo Glow After Dark, I put them in the same category because they're quite fruity and floral and womanly and elegant. And then the Givenchy, yeah, this one, Linda did. And the Crystal Noir, Versace, those are in the other category because they're very bold and like powerful. So yeah, those are my top 5 scents. And another way I like to choose perfumes, if I've never used something before and I don't know how it smells and there's no tester, I like to go by color. So if something is like clear, like colorless, you know you're going to get something very fruity and floral and light. Sometimes even watery, like those scents that smell like water, for example, those are mostly clear. Then the gold ones, like if it's nice bold gold, there's a lighter gold and a darker gold. Those, you know, are going to be very like elegant and just like, oh, womanly, you know. And then if you get red scents are usually like very seductive, very alluring. Purple is sensual, a little seductive, but not as red. Red is just like, you know, and then purple is just like a tease, like, I want you, but you know, just stay there. But, you know, come closer if you dare. Those are purple scents. Yeah, so things like blues and pinks and whatnot, also in the category of the clear scents. They're very light, very aromatic and whatnot. So yeah, that's basically it. Just a little cheat guide on how to choose a scent that might work for you. You might not like it, but most times I tend to go for like bold and red and whatnot. Black bottles as well. That one, yeah. You can never go wrong with those. Anyway, do let me know which of these you know, which of these you've tried, and if you agree with my list, or you can also share which perfumes you like to use, and I will try them out as well and let you know if I like them or, but again, to each their own. Everyone has their own scent. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. You guys are always amazing. Don't forget to subscribe and to follow me on my social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and TikTok. Alrighty, till next time, take care. Love you guys. Mwah!
This is me, whether you like it or not. Quick to talk, but you do not do a lot. If I change, then it will be for the better. No apology, so don't expect a letter. Sit down and listen, eh?